Hello, and welcome back to my channel. I am Gigi of GGmadeit.com. You know, the knitter, the blogger, the knit star. Welcome back to my channel. And I keep forgetting to say this, and please blame my head and not my heart. But welcome to all the new subscribers. And if you are new here and this is your first time watching and you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscription button and don't forget to hit the bell, because that way you're notified when I upload. I try to upload at least once a week. I didn't do so good last week. Mother's Day, it was good, but it was Mother's Day and I tend to be in my feelings and I couldn't get myself together to so we're going to talk about this week a little bit of I got mail and my WIPS. So the predominant part of this week's episode is going to talk about I finished 3 sweaters at the same time and I will never do it again. You want to know why? Stay tuned. So, did you like that? They came out nice, right? I just showed you a little collage of the all 3 sweaters. I finished them, but before we talk about the sweaters, let's talk about mail. So, I got mail. I got mail. Come on in here and see my mail. You know you want to see my mail, because I got mail. I got I got mail. So the first thing I just realized when I glanced at myself, I got new glasses. I'm often asked about my glasses. I use Zenni Optical online. I love them for their style. I love them for the price because I have progressives because I'm blind, and going through the eye doctor, I would pay $300-400 easily for a pair of glasses. And this one, because I got a special coating on the lens, I think I paid $100 for these, which is unusual. I usually pay less than $100, and they are my progressives. I can look down to read and look up to see the rest of the world. So that was my first mail. I was excited. I keep trying to find, I have fallen in love with this round shape, and I want just a solid pair of round orange glasses. I saw a young lady at Rybeck, I think it was, that had, I was like, oh, you better hope they don't fall off your face, because I'm still them. They were gorgeous. They were like my shade, probably this shade of orange. And I'm on the hunt to find me a pair. But these will do. I like them. And as you can see, I have fallen in love, as I said, with the round shape. So that was the first thing I got in the mail. The other thing I got in the mail is, you guys know I love Designs by Yasmin. And as much as I fuss at her and tell her to stop, she does not stop. And she sent me 2 new pair of earrings. You have the stars, which I think were ideal and appropriate for the current state of affairs in my life. So I have me some orange stars. And she also sent, I guess I'm going to call this shape teardrops. Would you guys agree? Would you call that a teardrop? I think so. So Jasmine sent me new earrings. I love them. I love her work. And she just so happens to have the perfect GG orange. And I love them. And in that package, she also sent me stitch markers, which I thought were super, super cute. There's 4 of them like this that she sent me. So, thank you, Yasmin. Oh, and this I had to sneak and purchase because I told baby girl, if the goal is to make things, you got to stop giving me stuff. But she has an enamel pen now that I purchased. And I also purchased a backpack. I'll show that to you guys another time. But the backpack has this on it. This image of her, which I think is gorgeous. And she now sells enamel pens. And I got myself an enamel pen. So that was my mail from Yasmin. And then I was gifted this yarn from 5 Barrel Yarns. Now, this young lady I met, that was last year. Am I the only one? Time seems to be blurred together? It seems to be blurred together. But it was last year I met her at Stitch Up Brooklyn. And she just started dyeing her own yarn. The company is called 5 Barrels Yarn. And this colorway is called Meet Me at the Ferry. I understand the ferry in one of the ferries, don't get me to lying, is orange. So this is a beautiful, beautiful shade of orange. And this is her 100% Peruvian Highland wool. This is her worsted weight. And she sent me 2 skeins of this. So this is pretty. That's a pretty, pretty, pretty shade of orange. I also got some mail from that damn Della, but because it is the exclusive colorway for the Knit Stars, I can't show you guys yet. So I am going to cast on something with that yarn, and once it's okay to share, I'll show you guys. But that came in the mail too, so I was happy about that. So that's it for mail, I think, that I can think of right off the top of my head. So let's get into, let's talk about these sweaters. Y'all ready? Okie dokie. So you saw in a little collage that I put together, I finished all 3 of the sweaters. 2 of them are the Material Girl sweater. They were both DK. One I did the short sleeves, and the other one I did the little longer sleeves, just about 3/4, right? And then I also finished the Spring Fling Cardi from Knit Collage, which is a part of their spring knit along. And let me say this, because I keep getting asked this question. Knit Collage, with their knit alongs, the patterns are exclusive to the knit along, and you only have access to them if you are a part of the knit along. And if I understand correctly, she does not release the patterns until 6 months after the knit along. So eventually you will be able to have access and just purchase that particular pattern on Ravel Beaver. Right now, that's not possible. There are other patterns and things out there, and there's other yarns. I will leave my link in the down bar. As I've said before, it is an affiliate link. So if you do find yourself purchasing something from Knit Collage via my link, thank you, because I will get a small percentage of that. So that's that. So let's talk about, yes, I did the 3 sweaters. Yes, at the same time. I did it. I did it. Let's also talk about, you guys know, I always question how you guys do multiple WIPs, because I don't understand. Like, my head, it just doesn't work for me. So if you follow the blog, you already know what I'm getting ready to say, because I wrote a blog post about this, and I said, I'm going to give you 3 reasons why I won't do this again. And I want to talk about that. Then I want to talk about something else that I posted on Instagram in relation to the sweaters that got a lot of feedback, and I'll share that here. But let's start with the 3 reasons why I won't do this again. One, what drives me in my knitting is the finish. I get off on being able to say I finished something. You know, I love to do my finished dance. I love to do my finished pictures showing you that I have it. And I love wearing my handmade stuff. What I found, and before I go there, I want to say this. You guys know that I think I explained the why, how I got here with 3 sweaters. And that was because I saw this pattern. I had already committed to the knit along with Amy. So had the yarn for that, knew I was going to do that. That was my next project. I was good to go. Saw the pictures from Christina for this Material Girl and instantly fell in love. And I went stash diving, and I had some Lola Bean Yarn Co. that I could use. I cast on immediately. Wake up the next morning to a message from Christina. I think I shared this with you guys before. If I'm repeating myself, I apologize. And she had the Gigi Loves Orange in DK weight. She said she would send me some. Of course. So I had already started, and I was like, fine, because the pattern does come in 2 versions. It comes in a fingering weight and a DK weight. The DK weight has 3/4 sleeves. The fingering weight pattern has short sleeves. So I said, because I was loving the way the DK was working up on the one that I had cast on already, that I was going to do a second one in DK, but this one I would do the shorter sleeves, and the first one I did the 3/4 sleeves. So I had already started my first Material Girl. I started on the Spring Fling. Now, you guys saw the Spring Fling. You know it's big, fat, chunky yarn, which flies off your needles. So I was going back and forth. I stuck with the Spring Fling until I got past the increases and all of the complicated stuff. And I would go back and forth. Once I got... I would settle down for the evening. It was time to watch my movies. I would pick up the Material Girl again because I had gotten past the increases on that as well. And I was just at the miles and miles of stockinette part. So I would pick that up at night and work on that. Then the Gigi Loves Orange arrived. I cast on this, and then I paid attention to this more so than any of them because I wanted to get this to the point that I was past the increases. Got that done. Went back to my Spring Fling, finished it pretty much, right? So here's why I say I won't do this, because this is the second reason, right? Is because I had two other projects pending, if you will. I never quite felt finished, right? So Spring Fling Cardi went on the mannequin. I still needed to weave in ends. I still needed to do the crochet edge. I still needed to decide if I was going to do buttons. And none of that became, I needed to decide which way I was going to block it, if I was going to steam it, or if I was going to wet block it. None of that was urgent to me anymore because I had other things to do. So that sat. I picked up the others, right? And I went back and forth between the two until I finished. So I didn't get that sense of accomplishment until they were all 3 done because I had them all 3 going at the same time. Does that make sense? Like I just felt like I became lazy where I would normally just keep right on going until it was complete. Ends weaved in, whatever blocking required, all that done, finished. Pictures have been taken. My Ravelry page has been completed. And that sense of urgency disappeared, if you will, because I still had the other 2 to work on. So because I had WIPS, I had 2 other things in progress. Although I was basically finished with the Spring Fling Cardi, I didn't feel finished. Does that make sense? So I feel like I got lazy. I felt like I just didn't commit to doing the complete thing because I had other things to go through. And I don't like that. I like finishing. So that was the other thing. And the last thing, which kind of turned into a funny part, is I don't like dividing my love. I am loyal. I might be a yarn hoe, But I'm loyal to my projects, and I think that's why I finish as many things as I do, because of that loyalty. So then I ask the question that I will ask the same question of you guys. Are you loyal? Or are you a fast tail just running around here, just casting on everything you see? So that was my 3 reasons. 1, I enjoyed the finish. That's what gets me through it. The whole process of getting to the finish. 2, having more than one things on the needles at one time at the same time made me feel lazy, because I felt like I wasn't doing all that I know that I should do. And 3, just plain old, because I'm a loyal type chick. I don't like to divide my heart and soul between projects. I like to give my all to that one project and then move on to the next. Now, do I always know what the next thing is going to be? Normally. Like, have I already picked the yarn in my head? No, I have the needles. I got the stitch markers. I have everything in my head already for the next while I'm working on it. Yep, I do. But I just haven't started it. And just having those going at the same time just kind of took some of the oomph out of it for me. I don't know. That's just me. If you want to laugh, go find that post on Instagram, because the people responded to the question, are you loyal or are you a fast tail, is hysterical. I laughed so hard at the one woman. I almost fell out of my bed, literally. She had me cracking up. So if you need a chuckle in the midst of all of this still, go check out that post. So that's why I will not do multiple WIPs. That's just not me. Some people it works for. Everybody has given me their rationale. And it makes sense, guys. You know, I need one that's portable, that from when I have to sit at games or watch my kids or in the doctor's office or whatever. I get that. I need something complicated. I need something to challenge me. I get that. You know, I get the why behind it. I can't, it don't work for me. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. So that's the why behind why I won't do that again. Not on purpose anyway. And I don't see how I can be tricked into it either. I can't. That's not for me. So let's talk about the other thing that turned into quite a big discussion on my page in reference to the sweaters. You guys ready? Be right back. Okay. So something that you know about me, especially if you met me in person, is I am a lot of things, but I'm not a small woman. I always talk about I'm blessed in the chest. I always talk about my twins. Not only do I have large breasts, I have what I like to call a honey pot, my belly. And I tend to, when it comes to sweaters and things of that nature, if it's not as long as I think it should be, right in my mind, I'm going to make it longer because I need to hide. So everybody, right? So I couldn't hide these breasts from a blind man, first off. So my tendency was to wear things that was oversized and longer because I felt like I was hiding. And in all actuality, all I was doing was making myself look bigger, right? So there are so many sweaters out there that I have not knit because of my body conscious issues, right? So me doing all 3 of these sweaters at the same time was a big deal. The bigger deal is these sweaters are not long. They don't fall past my pot. The Material Girls shows you the girls for real. Like you, they don't fall past my pot either, and they fit. So they hug the girls nicely. And that was a big deal for me. It was also a very big deal for me to admit that I wear roomy or bigger things, trying to hide which stuff that I just can't hide. I have big breasts, and that's just who I am. You know, I ended my post on Instagram with, hi, I'm Gigi, and I'm more than a handful. And that's just the way it is. Welcome to my TED Talk. So another post that went rampant because you have so many people that feel like their body is not the perfect body, whatever perfect is. And because of that, they too avoided knitting sweaters or making anything that was fitted or cropped because of the discomfort of what is theirs, right? So, yeah, you know, I could give you so many examples. My Tallulah by Coco Knits, that's meant to just be at your hip, but I made it longer. I mean, I love a duster, but I know in my mind, in my heart of hearts, I made it longer because I think I'm hiding something, and I can't hide these curves. It's just what it is, right? So that became a really big conversation on my Instagram page, and I wanted to come here and share that with you guys because you know how they say somebody might need to hear this. And I am who I am. Love me or not, take me or leave me, I can't hide what's obvious. Like, I could, you know, take pictures and make sure all my pictures are from the head up and all that stuff. But if you meet me in person, you're going to see me and the twins. Can't do nothing about it, right? So it was a big step for me, these sweaters. Just accepting facts that I carry two small people around on my chest. It is what it is. And the sweaters look nice. I think they fit very nicely. And I'll be 54 years old and I'm still learning to love me, all that is me. So in the comments, talk to me. I want to know, one, are you loyal or are you just a fast tail when it comes to your WIPS? And the other question I want to know is, are you like me? Have you avoided making sweaters or anything of that because you're subconscious about your body parts? Let's discuss. Let's break the ice so that we can find our way to a space where we're more comfortable with who we are. Okay? That's all I got this week. I will talk to you guys next week. I promise not to leave a gap like I did this week. But Mother's Day, then I got sick and it just was... So, that's all I got. I will see you guys next week. And again, to those that have just recently joined me, thank you. I have been getting notifications from older videos that you guys are watching, and I so appreciate you guys doing that. Thank you for the comments and the feedback. It makes me smile, keeps me company. And please continue to stay safe. I know that a lot of states are starting to open up. A lot of restaurants are starting to open up. A lot of these non-essential... My nails look horrible. My nails, I had to cut them off. I'm still trying to get stuff back off. I will deal with horrible nails as long as I'm alive. Be safe. Be safe. If you're one of them that you just can't take it anymore and you got to get out there, I need you to take care of you and take care of those around you, please. And that's all I got.